Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Thursday, May 28th, 2015. Okay, well, I am feeling so much better this morning. I went to the doctor yesterday, and she gave me a couple of different medications, and started taking them late yesterday afternoon, and the change today is amazing. I'm just amazed. Anyway, one of them was an antibiotic, and I must have had a bug because it's already working, I think. If I feel good, that's all that matters, right? Okay, yesterday, no announcements to go over, except for one, and that's the whole FIFA thing. I can't believe that, but you know, I believe that New York was trying to get the World Cup, and our new Attorney General is from that area, and FIFA turned them down. So be careful who you PO, as they say. Okay, today we have jobless claims, pending home sales, and EIA petroleum status report. Tomorrow, this is a biggie, GDP. We don't know what's going to happen. Let's take a look and see what the expectation is. Actually, they're expecting a minus 0.8 in real GDP. Quarter over quarter change. And that's pretty negative, I guess you could say. I would anyway. I mean, we actually would that be two negatives in a row? We don't have that too often. The biggie was down here, and back in 2008. Okay, pretty much that's it there. Let's take a look at the futures across the ponds, and we'll see what is actually happening. The Chinese stocks plunged 6.5%. And there it is, Shanghai, 6.51% right now. Mostly bearish, except Japan. Over in Europe, pretty much bearish across the board as well. And when we get over to us, the U.S. I should say, since it pops up here, it looks like as though we might be a little bit bearish also. Let's take a look at the big chart. Here's our candle so far for the week, and it is Thursday, so it's almost done forming. We're hanging in there. Oh, that's the Russell, sorry. I dragged this line over here just to see if a move like this could affect us, and maybe not anymore. But if it has more velocity, more intensity, then it could. But we're looking pretty good. And we would have looked pretty good on this bear call too. Now we'll go over and take a look at SPX. I drew a couple extra lines on here and see if it looked like as though we were heading into a triangle type pattern here. So we're getting kind of tight here. And that usually means that there's going to be some sort of move one way or the other. And this probably will not continue. And if we take this line here and stick it on there, then these two down here could be in a little bit of danger just because they're a little bit further out. This is the trade I put on yesterday. It had a 10 delta on it at the 1985 level. And that has 30 days to expiration, so that's a June 4 expiration on that one. And if we get a little bit of a move down today, I might take a look at condorizing it on the upside. But I believe when I looked yesterday, it didn't look real promising. You know, there's not a lot of premium on the call side, so it's kind of hard. There's a lot of premium on the put side, but you can't get the same distance because there's no premium on the call side. I wouldn't mind it if if you're looking here, and you're 34 and 15, 44, like 50 points away. If I could do something up here in the 80s, I would be happy, like where this one is for the Iron Condor. But I believe it was showing me something. Well, we can take a look. Let's take a look if we wanted to Condorize that particular trade. All right, we got a lot going on here. I wanted to make this into an Iron Condor, and I went for a 10 delta on the upside. Oop, passed it here, and that would be right here at 21.95. Well, 35 cents isn't too bad. I think I might even actually think about that for today. That would turn this. Where's our other June 4 stuff? Yeah. Okay, I think I did 3 of these. June 4. Hang on a second, let me think here. Some of these are puts, so I need to find the calls. Oh, they're all puts. Stand by here. I'm a little confused. Well, I found out, of course, they'd be puts. I was looking at those butterflies that I did that were kind of confusing me a little bit. So if I shut these off, I'm going to take a look at this just as an Iron Condor, and that would just be one of them. And we'll look at the risk profile, set our date to June 4. Oops. There. So now you can see that we got 30, I think I got 30 cents on this yesterday. Let's take a look. Yeah, I got 30 cents. Here's the trade right here. Right here. This was the 10 delta trade, and I collected a premium of 30 cents. So I could maybe stretch this out and just look for 30 cents on this side. And the way to do that would be there and there. That's only a quarter, so we lose a whole 10 cents by moving one more strike out. I'm not real excited about that. Not at all. So we'll go back to 21.95. Now, looking at the chart. That's not the chart. There we go. 21.95. And I might Condorize that. I might just do that. That looks pretty good to me. And it's struggling. I mean, it's struggling to get up. So using this trend line, it would be a perfectly safe trade. So Condorize it, doesn't cost anything. I don't use up any more capital to do that, because the way the broker figures it is that you can't lose out on both trades. You can only lose out on one, so your risk is only to one side or the other, not both. So that's why they do that. So that wouldn't cost any capital. It may bring in a couple more bucks for the month. Okay, right. So from an account perspective, and we didn't look at that yet overall, we have, we're doing pretty good. This is the SPY is the insurance policy, so everybody's doing pretty good. Gold is not, of course, but we're working on that. This is not reflecting the true cost basis here, and we're doing good on this relaxed trading. Don't lose any sleep on it. Don't worry about it during the day, unless we have a black swan event, and nobody can really plan too much for that. Alright, so now we can just jump over and do a really quick run through on our equities. See if there's anything going on there. Apple, I would say they're in an uptrend. This may be a good time to get in. We do have a little bit of a dip here. You get rid of this. Yeah, so if we get a hook up here, you may want to get in. Still wouldn't, I don't think it's really strong enough to do a 50 delta and do like maybe a 20 delta on this. Amazon, not doing anything. Baidu, and a little bit of an uptrend, but still a downtrend on the weekly over here. So you want to keep that in mind if you're going to do anything there. I just don't think it's strong enough to warrant any sort of trade. Chipotle is definitely in another down run. A pretty safe trade to do a 20 or even a 30 delta on that. Costco, they had their earnings last night, I do believe. No, they didn't. Yes, they did. 528. Their call is today. Let's see, did they... anything happen last night? There's kind of a big swing there. I don't know, it's really hard to tell. It's kind of a goofy looking thing here where it says there's just a conference call and no results or anything. That's weird. Very strange. I think that's thinker swim though. That's what I think. Here's the Dow. We had the wedge pattern here also. Looks like as though it's wanting to climb back. This resistance here is now coming back into play. That's a little strange, but not unusual. Gold. Pretty down here. You know what? We didn't go over everything, did we? Let me switch back up here. Oops. We left off at gold. I forgot here. I'm going to take a look at the VIX. 13. So VIX is looking a little, mostly weak, but it's trying to move up. You get a little bit of volatility in there. 1188 for gold. Oil's 57.72. Like to see, well, it is what it is. I don't know. It's not good if it moves down. It's not good if it moves up. So what do? You know, these guys on TV, they just need to fill the air. The dollar's at 97, and the euro gained a little bit on the dollar. So that is looking good for the euro. Doesn't matter to me either way, pretty much. So we left off. Next was Google. Oh, I got a little carried away at the beginning here today. Google, I'm not sure what Google's doing either. There's no momentum on these things. Geez, do something, up or down or something. So if we get rid of this big gap here, and we can get a better picture. There. Still in a downtrend on the weekly and trying to... and it's got a new uptrend on the daily. We'll see. It's going to take it a while to make up for this bar. That was a biggie. NDX still following in its channel. I would not bet against NDX right now. I would not Condorize NDX if I had a trade on Netflix. I would do bull puts. Bull puts. Netflix looking pretty good, very strong. So I might do something with Netflix. Got a nice little hook here. Might even do a 50 delta on that, tell you the truth. But it's got to be out a little bit because I think there's just too much chatter in here. I know I like to do if I was to trade that today, I would, if we get above this high here, it definitely would be next Friday's expiration. But I'm not playing those for now. Priceline, kind of the same thing. Let's move this, just get rid of that. Yeah, it's pretty choppy, Priceline is. I wouldn't do much with that either. I don't even know which direction to do Priceline. We kind of looked at the Russell, but we'll look at it a little bit more. Russell could be an iron condor candidate, but yeah, the thing I don't like about that, and I'll show you, I think, from what I looked at here, if I was to go out 30 days, and let's look at 33 days, I get around here to if I was to do a 5-10 iron condor on it, see, these are $10 spreads. That's $1,000 per trade that you put at risk. So that's not good. That's what I don't like about it. That's why I like SPX. Okay, so let's go back to the charts and so we looked at SPX, let's look at Tesla. Tesla, too flat to do anything with. Even though on the weekly it looks like it's on a tear, you can see the last couple of weeks are doji-like candles. So, yeah, there's no way that I would do an iron condor on this because it moves too much. So, stay away from it. That would be my advice. So that's it for today. 17-minute mark roughly. That's good. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.